the acceleration is given by a is equal to 3t square plus 2t plus 2. What is velocity? U is equal to 2 meter per second at t is equal to 0, which means the initial velocity is given as 2 meter per second. Then the velocity at the end of, this is not v seconds, this is 2 seconds, is, see, again a very similar question to what we did in the previous one. So a is given as 3t square plus 2t plus 2, right? Now, what is A? A is dv by dt. So, dv by dt is equal to 3t square plus 2t plus 2. In which case, what is dv is equal to? dv is equal to 3t square plus 2t plus 2. Okay, so now let me just write it down this part once again. So, what is dv is equal to? dv is equal to 3t square plus 2t plus t times t. Now, see, this part of the question is actually tricky. Why is it tricky? I'll tell you. See, because it's given in the question that the at time t is equal to 0, u is equal to 2 meter per second. So, if we understand, if we try to understand the motion, say for example, it's time here. So, when time is equal to 0, the velocity is 2 meter per second, and at time when time t is equal to 2 seconds, the velocity is v, say for example. In which case, if you integrate these two, if you integrate the equation, you need to use these two here, these two limits here. So time will vary from 0 to 2, whereas the speed will vary from, dv will vary from 2 to v, because the initial speed is 2 and the final speed is v. Now, what is integral dv? Integral dv is v. So, v varying from 2 to v is equal to 3 into integral of t square is t cube by 3. I'll write it separately, where t cube varying from 0 to 2 plus 2 into integral of t square is t square by 2. I'll write it separately, so we have t square, and integral of t. Did we make a mistake here? Oh yes, this is not t, this is basically, this is basically 2. Okay, so now this will be 2 into t varying from 0 to 2. Now what is v varying from v to 2 is basically v minus 2. So this is v minus 2 is equal to 3 and 3 will cancel off. What do we get? T cube varying from 0 to 2 plus 2 and 2 will cancel. So t square varying from 0 to 2 plus 2 into t varying from 0 to 2. Now, if we solve this further, v minus 2 will be equal to 8 plus 4 plus 4. Therefore, v will be equal to 8 plus 4 is 12, 12 plus 4 is 16, 16 plus 2 is 18. So, it's 18 meter per second. So, this particular portion, taking these limits, this becomes really tricky, and except for that factor, everything else remains the same, almost the same, application of differentiation and integration.